Welcome to Get Sports Focus, everybody. This is Alf Joaquin, and first things first, I got this thing behind me. It is the NorCal Shootout 14U tournament. We got 4 teams committed. We got DT, we got GBGB, and we have 209 TMP and our very own GSF Unlimited. This is going to be on Sunday, okay? Sunday, the 21st, Oak Grove High School. It's going to be a 1 p.m. start, and we should be done by around 5 o'clock. We normally run our tournaments on time, so we should be done by 5 o'clock, enough time to grab dinner with the family and maybe even see a movie. But this is only 14U. This is basically something that just came up because we heard a tournament got canceled, and we have a tournament that we have to make up from earlier from a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, if your team is available, come out and compete. We have the 14U championship. This is a huge plaque, by the way. It's very big and colorful. Look at that design, man. Our design guy is really, really good at doing his thing. But it's up for grabs, people. 14U NorCal Shootout at Oak Grove High School, San Jose, California. It's going to be a 1 p.m. start. And like I said, we should be done by 5 o'clock. Only 8 teams, so we have 4 spots left. So come out and compete. It's going to be a great day for football. And since we're at it, by the way, congratulations to Coach Maurice Mann of Get Better, Get Beat. They won the varsity tournament last week, the NorCal Shootout varsity tournament. And so they look good. They look solid. So I'm sure they're going to be back for a couple more GSF tournaments. They definitely qualify for the end of the year Open Championship. So looking forward to seeing Coach Mo and his squad. They're going to be there. Their 14U is going to try to grab this plaque. So if you're down to compete against Coach Mo and his guys, come out. Now, on Sunday, on Saturday, the 27th, there goes my cat. We have our Silicon Valley Classic tournament at Santa Teresa High School. This is going to be a big tournament. We have 4 fields total. It's going to be a 14U and a high school tournament. Same time. It's going to be a 9 a.m. start. We should be done about 2 o'clock. And this is the plaque for the Silicon Valley Classic. Yeah, this is sick. If you look closely, there's a football field right there. See it? Oh man, can't really see it. Right there. Details, people. Detail. It's all about the details. Anyways, like I said, congratulations to Coach Mo. But the next tournament is going to be a tough one. So we are only taking 8 teams to the Silicon Valley Classic. All right. So registration's on our website. If you have a question, just DM GetSportsFocus. We're not hard to find. And that's pretty much it. Coach Andrew is coming up next with me. GSF Weekly number 3 of the 2024. Let's go!
Get Sports Focus is brought to you by Summit Partners, leaders in growth equity investing. Weightsandbars.com. Build your home gym and shop locally from the Bay Area's best fitness equipment experts. Ike's Love and Sandwiches. Championship level sandwiches every single time. South Bay Construction, a reputation built on trust. And by Fuel Good, fueling your success. Conveniently located in Santa Clara off Homestead Road. For more info, go to fuelgoodmealprep.com.
Anyway, welcome back, people. I got Coach Andrew right here. As always, he's on the go. He's on his way to his gym to train some people, but got a little bit of time to catch up. Coach. There's some things happening in the college world locally.
Yeah, that's I think even I didn't even know about it until you told me, because like right after I think right when we spoke the other day, I think it literally just happened.
Yeah, I think so too.
So I was like not aware, and then I read some things today about like how some of the recruits feel and like how players are responding to it. But let's just talk about it. Coach Brennan has left San Jose State and has
Yep.
taken the job at the University of Arizona.
Hey, he made his mark. He made his impact. I've always been a big fan of his. Little side story here. Back in the days, I did a documentary on McClymonds football. This was one of my early projects. It was an award-winning project. It's on YouTube and everything. You guys can watch it. But it was about Coach Alonzo Carter. And one of the recruiters that came to one of the practices was Coach Brandon. And that's when I met him. And I swear, man, this is the coolest guy ever. Even back then, he's still the same. Every time I see him, it's like, hey, Alvin, and I'll say hi to him. Last time I talked to him was at Los Gatos, right before Los Gatos took on, who did they play? I forgot who they played. But anyways, I asked him, what the future was like. And I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about the Spartans. But it's always a good interaction with Coach Brandon. And I'm happy for him. He looks happy. I've seen the videos of him getting introduced. He was at a basketball game last night. I think that's a great hire for Arizona. I'm sure San Jose State's going to find somebody that will hopefully replace him and continue what he started over there. And I've said this before. There's a few coaches on that staff at San Jose State that can easily step in and fill the role. And Coach Carter is definitely one of those coaches. And
Oh yeah,
for you, Coach Carter, the real Coach Carter.
the real Alonzo Carter. Yeah, no, Coach Carter's he's a really cool guy. I've gotten to I've spoken to him a few times. Really, really standout guy. Um, and I think one of the articles I read today, they were even saying that if he were to stay and take over the program, he would probably be one of the few guys that would be able to keep the team intact.
Yep.
I believe it 100%.
Yep. Me too. I think so too. I think he would be the best option right now. I really don't know what the other who the other candidates are, but just kind of like the instant thing that came to mind was like, oh, okay, well, if Coach Brandon is gone, Coach Zoe should be the next head coach, and I'm not the only one. We're not the only one. A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people with credible people are suggesting it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, so I was reading what did I read today? I read the East Bay Times. They
Mm-hmm.
posted an article about it, and the two leading candidates that they said projected as to who would be the best fit to take over San Jose State is Coach Carter and the I don't know his name. I've met him twice, but it's the D coordinator.
Yes, I I don't have his name off the top of my head.
But
I know
yeah,
what
off
it
the top of my
looks
head,
like.
yeah, but like at the end of the day, like right, I think for a program like San Jose State, like and with the just the way that they've been moving lately, like how they've been doing these last few seasons since, honestly, since the COVID season, like you want to keep the continuity as much as you can
Yeah,
because it's I mean that's super important. I mean, we touched upon that. We
that's
touched
the
upon that like
hardest thing to build,
continuity.
and culture.
Oh, I think we talked about that. Refer to our last video if you don't know what we're talking about. That it takes time to build a program.
Yeah,
But like, the more, but, and what we want like everyone to understand too is like things like this happen, right? Coaching carousels happen like every year. Like it always happens. Like it's up to the program if they want it to negatively like impact their program or not. Because if you, and that's also up to him too. Like we also don't know, and that's the other big question mark. No one really knows like how much of the staff he's going to be granted to take with him. So we don't
Yes.
know. So that's the other scary part too. That like, or not scary, I would say like the unknown question mark that I think a lot of people are also trying to like wonder about as well is like, is he going to actually take everybody with him too? So we don't know. But you know, the East Bay Times actually, and I think one of the other ones that referred to it, you know, they spoke to a couple guys that were local. In the article they referenced Joseph Bay and Jabari Mann. And I like the way they read it. You know, you can Google search it if you really want to read it, but they also listed a couple other names that could take over San Jose State's program.
Well, I'm just curious to say I don't know if I'll be able to read those two articles about what Joseph and Jabari said, but what did they say? Like, if you could just paraphrase it.
Paraphrasing it, you know, they both talked about like how Coach Brennan was a big part of their recruitment. He's a really good guy. And that was one of the big reasons why they wanted to go there. They're but right as of right now, they're both saying like, you know, we're committed. And they're just gonna let the chips fall where they may. Jalen Thomas said the same thing because he was also referenced in one of the Bay Area articles. I think it was Bay Area News Group article. He said the same thing. I'm committed. So whatever path happens, like they'll take it from there. That's pretty much what they both said.
I see. That's good to hear. That's good to hear because we want those three guys to at least be Spartans.
Stay local.
Stay local. Stay local, people.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to know, like, what names are you talking about, Coach?
Okay, so in the college circuit, the ones that they referenced were Brennan Marion, also a Bay Area guy.
Yes.
From UNLV. The former coach from UNLV from the last season, Coach Arroyo, who is also a San Jose State native. And then there were two names that caught me by surprise when I read it. There was one, and it was funny the way that they listed it. They said less likely, but would be good to have. And then the other one was a long shot. Which one do you want to hear first?
Let's go with the long shot.
So the long shot that was referenced in one of the articles I read was Coach Shaw, Coach David Shaw, the former Stanford Cardinal coach. And I mean, see, this is what happens with like we get it, like, you know, with media, there's always speculation and everything. They're like, oh, he was at one of their training camps. Maybe there was something brewing. I was like, you can't really put too much in there. Yet they did say if someone like Coach Shaw were to come into there and with his background, his pedigree, and what he's done, he could elevate that program very, very well.
Definitely. 100% agree. But Coach Shaw's son is playing at UCLA, I believe. And so I don't think that will happen. I think it's too fresh too. His depart from Stanford is still fresh, and I think he's enjoying life. It seems. I think he's doing some work with UCLA.
Probably, I wouldn't.
That's
doubt
why
it.
he's at that recruiting camp, or that camp that you're talking about.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised. So at the end of the day, like, yeah, is it a long shot? Yeah, but hey, you know what? Kudos to the reporters for trying on that one.
Very good. I didn't even think of Coach Shaw. Honestly,
yeah.
I didn't think about him. So who's the other one? What did you say about the other one?
They said it the less likely, but still like, you know, still a worthy, like it's still not like worthy choice, but they said less likely, but would still be a good choice. And more like it could still be a possibility. They threw Coach Walsh from Sarah. It was actually in the news article.
What? I like that. Oh,
I like that.
I like that. I like
that
Coach
too.
Patrick Walsh. San Jose State legend. Hey, he's a Bay
I
Area legend, number one. Went to De La Salle, played at San Jose State, baseball
like,
and football.
mm-hmm.
I think he set some records there too. And he's got the number one team in NorCal for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So who's to say he can't do the same thing? Hey, if there is a high school coach right now that can jump in a college coaching role, it's him and his staff.
Mm-hmm. So that was I was like really I was like that's yeah, that's a good choice. They did get a quote from him in the thing. He likes and I like the way he said it is he likes where his feet are planted. So, but they said less likely, yet, you never know. So,
You got me all excited there, man.
I
Yeah,
know.
you know
I
what?
was excited too.
That's I think that is a I think it's possible. But I do
Yes,
think Coach Zoe
I
is
do too.
is the best option right now. Now, if Coach Walsh and Coach Bell and Coach Monsef ever want to transition into college, I think those guys are college coaches, to be honest with you. The way they run their program, it's like a college. And so I don't think it would be a huge transition for them um, to go into college coaching. And, you know, yeah, that's awesome, man.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, why not? Keep all the Bay Area guys. Oh man, I could see Danny Niu and all the other guys coming back to the Bay Area. Here I am trying to stir up some stuff. Oh man. No, but that's awesome though. I'm happy for Coach Brennan. I'm excited for San Jose State. And obviously we talked about Sarah last week and I got some attention, got some conversations going. We're not done though. We're not done. We're gonna break down that team in the next couple of months still because a lot of those guys are doing some big things. Are gonna be doing some big things in the next at the next level, and we also have the other guys that we want to talk about that the up and coming guys, not from Sarah, but not just from Sarah, but from all around the Bay Area. And so we got some work to do, but it's been tough, man, setting up these tournaments, dealing with parents and coaches and facilities and all that stuff. People might think it's a headache, but I love it. Bring it on, baby. Bring it on. Um, yeah, so we got some big tournaments coming up. Coach Andrew's gonna start a camp series in our area too. I think that's gonna be awesome. We're gonna be working with him. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on, but we mainly wanted to talk about the San Jose State thing because it's fresh. And